Umasia namba yangu mbuyo vile usokolo vile urukalo ile. Sasa ndio ile banga. Baba. Wewe unaona?
Hi, it's Councillor Grant Cohen just with the update again. As you can see behind me, the buses that we've been talking about have arrived a lot earlier than we thought. It's Friday. On Monday night when immigration from Home Affairs arrived here and they asked who wants to go home, who wants to stay, and their hands went up, that process started with the embassies by immigration. So I want to say thank you very much to the quick work done by the Department of Home Affairs Immigration to engage with the countries of the affected foreigners and to get to this point so quickly, within a week, that the foreigners can go home. So thank you very much, immigration, and thanks to the embassies. I know the Malawian embassy straight away said the repatriation, they're part of it, they're on board. So just to squash any rumors, this is part of what repatriation is. Foreigners being sent home safely who felt in fear and who had been threatened, and so they're being sent home safely by their governments. Thank you very much.
Councillor Cohen, may I ask you one more question? What about people coming in now? I see and I hear stories about people that have not registered, they're still going to be part of the process. How will you handle that?
Yeah, so what the municipality is looking at doing is to centralize the point more at this stage. Claremont, we will of course assist somebody who still comes, but that's with immigration. We have to come through, do the whole process of fingerprints, etc., that they've done with the guys who are on the buses now. So the process won't end. I would encourage people still to come past the office, come to the hall, engage with me, that we can make notes, get the contact details necessary, and get immigration back, so that anybody who still wants to return to their countries, we can assist with.
Something is happening in the country right now. We see the news that Malawi is doing something, or rather the same thing that Ghana did. This is powerful, that people can start something and have governments responding. And that's why I said the EFF has an issue with this, because they've always seen themselves as revolutionaries. Now there's a revolution happening and they are not part of it. And yeah, I think before they mess things up even further, let them apologize. They are our brothers and sisters. We're not gonna look at them in a funny way. We'll embrace them. We'll accept their apology. But right now there's a revolution happening and they're just not part of it. People say, no, but it's not easy. You don't know where we come from. It's not easy for South Africans as well. We will find ourselves living in a country where you come from if we don't do what we are doing right now. You ran away from home because you couldn't face your governments. You couldn't face your collapsing infrastructures. You just sat. And then one day you decided to run away. We can't do that. It is hard. We are dealing with criminals who are stealing a lot of monies from our infrastructures. They are stealing 2 billion that are supposed to be building hospitals. It's hard for everybody. But the difference between us and you is that we are confronting them and we are doing something about it. And you gotta confront your people. Personally, this is what I've always hoped for. Something so peaceful, something that doesn't have drama. You can't run away from home forever. I would wish Cyril Ramaphosa would do this for me if I was stuck in another country. I would want Cyril Ramaphosa to say, South Africans, come home. Those who are in whatever country, come back to South Africa. Will give you an incentive for you to start life over and start afresh. I would rush to my neighborhood. I would rush to Kasi, Msotra. That's where we from. So I don't understand why people would hate where they were born so much. That's why we will never understand people that call South African men cowards when they run away from home. Someone gave an example that during apartheid, we had the most militant police force, but people were still in the streets fighting. That's how strong South Africans are. They don't care. You know, there are fighters like that. And then it puzzles me when I find someone coming to this country and saying, I'm coming here because, hey, South Africans are cowards, they are lazy, they are this and that. But our country is still functional. They are coming to be taught and to the infrastructures and to the hospitals and the schools of those lazy people. They are coming to a functional country where they say men are cowards. The very same men who are saying whatever they're saying today. You can't run away from where you're from and call someone who's living in his own house, in his own country, a coward. You can't run away and be someone who's on the road running away and go call someone who's in his own house a coward. People that are warriors stand their ground wherever they are. And that's why we're not laughing with politicians right now. Our movement is very crazy. People that are in parliament right now, they are quoting everything we've said online. Listen to their speeches and go watch our videos. They are saying everything we've said because we stand our ground. We are men in our families.
South Africans, I'm not going to stop until we all understand the message. This message is very clear. We are under attack. Re South Africa. Khante ke eng ntho le South Africa e kolota dinaga tša mo Africa ka mokana ga tšona. Why batho ka moka ba Africa ba nyaka go tla mo South Africa? Ma South Africans, let's stand up and unite and be organized. Re lwele naga ya rena because re bona re batho ba ba go fihla batho ba ba go tswa ka ntle. Ba organized and ba mo South Africa ba mo ka mission a batlela fela go dula and a batlela fela go dudushana le rena le a bona no se ba thomile go lwa le rena nagana gore masomalia ke kulo e nngwe ka mo Joburg gore Somalians they are fighting amongst themselves. They hire hitmen to kill each other in front of us here in South Africa, and our government ANC is keeping mum about all these things. So it's up to us as South Africans to stand up and say enough is enough. And not only on social media, not only on TikTok. Guys, let's engage. Let's support KZN. Like, people cannot come from as far as KZN and come to Joburg to fight for us. South Africans, let's stand up. Another issue, Tabaya Mazwi. Mazwi was kidnapped by Somalians simply because he refused to sell his spaza shop to Somalians. So these people were from Somalia mo South Africa only to occupy our local economies, like our economies. Spaza shops the local economies. So they took over everything. So now if Renda South Africa tomo bula mahlo bo Major Sintangobese bo Victoria Africa bo Action SA bo Hemen Mashaba ba tomo go bula mahlo re bona gore vele nagar na iregishijwe. We are being kidnapped. Ra bulaiwa re bulelwa. And guys, the media I don't know if kontle media o reporting, because I was on this lady barekema Miriam's ASMR. Later Miriam Aring Ariana, she's got a lot of followers here on South Africa. So South Africa is xenophobic. And now she's surprised because a lot of South Africans, they follow her for her ASMR. Miriam's, go and check it out, guys. It is her latest upload saying, Renamo South Africa, we are saying, but to Nigerians, they are taking our jobs. Where else we are not educated. We did not finish our degrees. Tell me, as educated as we are as South Africans, Arena, we didn't finish our degrees. Go and check it out, guys. Miriam Arena, according to some of the good South Africans who are her followers, are saying, they are taking our jobs. We are not educated. We don't have degrees. Imagine, guys. Imagine. So, guys, let's stand up, please. I will not stop to tell you this, or guys, Aremeleng, Arlweleng South Africa, we are under attack. We recover this slavery in South Africa, because these foreigners, they are here to stay. They're not going anywhere, guys. We've been saying this, but I'm glad that little by little, but yes, guys, let's engage. Let's engage. Are supporting there are a lot of people, guys, but support. And if we have to donate, we have to donate you for what machang go Joburg. Lernari go Joburg. Skadula ka mo mantlong a rena. And wena lo rosaren. And when I will rosaren disha ma Somalia is you are yati over disha this pata shop over register la di shop to bakaraga trouble. Guys, are long or rekamod shop on Jama Somalia. Let's stop supporting these people until they understand the message loud and clear. Garbanya give about la can tebas na di pampirimo South Africa. Because by the crime comes South Africa. We are enough South Africa image, remage. Ntomolo ngwa isa luka. Just because we can't accommodate the whole Africa. We can't. There's no way we can't.
Let's talk about this issue and dispel it very quickly. The issue that is in the minds of the politicians who always use this term, brothers and sisters, calling illegal immigrants brothers and sisters. We don't have brothers who are illegal in this country. We are not. It's only in their minds, not in the real world. When they want to tame us and make us feel, no, we are being unreasonable. We are not having brothers here who are illegal. It's only your minds, politicians, those with Pan-Africanist type of flawed ideology. Show me one person who has been assisted by a foreigner or a Pakistan to open up a business or to open up a spaza shop as they do with their brothers and sisters when they come in this country. I will tell you, none. Instead, they take over the space that we occupy. How? By outperforming our people using the fake products, and they lower their prices and they make that space to be theirs. They use monopoly type of system in those businesses, because they know that there was no one who's gonna compete with them, and they do amongst themselves. If a black South African is opening up a spaza shop, they'll make sure that that spaza shop is closed. They even threaten us. You see? And then you tell us those are brothers. Brothers for what? People who came to take over. Secondly, I have a lived experience of what I'm talking about. I shared a 3-bedroom en suite with a lady, and that lady was dating a Nigerian back in 2011, 2010. But all of a sudden, the lady was chased away by that gentleman. And 3 months down the line, this guy was chasing us out, saying he's a senior tenant. He's taking over now the apartment. Let's not rent. He's giving us a 3 months notice. In whose place he came here while we were here. And now he's telling us he's a senior tenant because of the lady he was dating was the one responsible. And he was saying he's going to bring his brothers, they're going to do some business. And then they were chasing us away. Unfortunately, I fought. He's the one who left. So there is no brotherhood. There is no brotherhood in illegal immigrants. They're here to take what is ours. That must be clear in the heads of the politicians. They are leeches, parasites. Yeah. We must call who for what they are. They are here to take over. And now we must be fooled by the term brothers and sisters. No, it's in the heads of politicians, not in the real world. We are going to continue this fight, fellow South Africans and patriots, and we're going to chase them out. We don't have brothers who sell drugs in our young people. For our young people. We don't have brothers who molest and use our sisters for prostitution. We don't have brothers who hijack buildings in our communities. We don't have those brothers who human traffic our people. It's the brothers of the politicians. They must go seek allegiance to them. Period.
This morning, ngifuna nje ukugcwalisa ukuthi yabona uMangobese bemxosha emsakazweni. They didn't think March iyoba to what it is today. And I think what scares politicians the most is that lo muntu wesifazane ukwazi ukubiza abantu abangaka A1. Because truth be told, March thina salalela call kaJacinta ethi kuzoba March sizoqala lapha ku King Dinizulu siyogcina eCity Hall siphethe memorandum. That was the first March, and we were there. Sasingabaningi, yes, because it was the first one, but waqala wangena ibhedlela, waqala wangena ezikoleni batatazela, because they didn't think ukuthi it could become so great. So noma yini abangayithola nabayizamayo bazama ukuthi bayidicilele phansi because she's the element of surprise. Also politiki right now are shaking, they're panicking. They might come out and act as if they're strong, they're not. Because if bebenga paniki, angabe bonke ablaba sebemshelile ukuthi ageze into their political party ngoba they want lento anayo. Bayafuna umuntu ozokwazi ukubabizela abantu just like uJacinta. Khona ke vele already struggling like KZN. And bayabona ukuthi if besinayo le iKZN besingayizuza. But as much as kukhona external forces who will try and damage the reputation of March, internally as well, people esmashanabo, people who are in the same fight and the same cause should not do anything to bring down Ikamale March. I have not seen the video, but I can see people are saying a woman was humiliated, and we cannot stand for that. Because a woman lost her job. She lost what she knew. uJacinta mina lokho ngamazi usemsakazweni wayesegagasini. She left there and then wabaka uVuma FM. Radio is what she knows. She lost that because of illegal immigration, the fight against illegal immigration. So if wena ucabanga ukuthi noma ngathiwa ke uthi mawukhuluma kuzwakale and then you want to humiliate women, no, I never. Angeke esiyenze leyonto. I understand so much that umuntu wesifazane kaZulu we've been led to believe umuntu wesifazane doesn't have a voice, but unayo. You might think a man is making decisions like in a household because of his thoughts, but usuke sehambile uyokhuluma with his wife and then uwife wakhe asho ukuthi what she thinks, and then uthola indoda isithi hayi ke kuzokwenzeka ukuthi hayi ile ndoda isho umthetho, but umthetho usuku, but we are not going to allow people to say bangaphezulu kwethu. No, they are not. Umuntu wesifazane oqalele March. If you believe you can do better than uJacinta, shame on you to start making these things about you. Ngoba, this thing is not about a person, because it's not even about uJacinta herself. It's about the South Africans who are tired. Asebekhathele ama politicians esicambela amanga, because we've been lied to so many times. Trust the system that doesn't work. Isystem engasebenzi yaka border control, amaphoyisa mesikhuluma nawo njengoba suke simasha athi nathi sikhathele. Ngoba laba abantu siyababopha ngakusasa sebephumile. Ngoba inside SAPS khona abanye abathatha ama bribes. Kwamaphoyisa athi sesikhathele nathi. So ingakho uthola ukuthi ama building mesithi ngenandla amaphoyisa angena. Ngoba nawe akhathele like awakwazi ukuthola i-warrant of arrest for or to search the building, but when umphakathi usula with him uthi siyangena la athi okay singene angene. Yabo kodwa mezo yisukelela wona bathi yasho bathi kubenemiqathanga eminingi because it's not even into ephuma le phezulu. Ngoba lento illegal immigration ama politicians ayadla ngayo. So ke into kaMangobese angifuni ukuthi into kaMangobese, but just in this context ngizosho ngayo ukuthi asingayehlisini because of our big egos. Ayingehliswa into yengane just because sifuna kugame thina. This is not about ukuthi ubani famous. This is about ukulunga kwezwe. If you love your country, if you love the people of your country, uzokwazi ukwehlisa lento la ekhanda ukuthi the fight akusiyona yami, it's not about me, it's about the country.
Ndifuna ukuhlomla kulento yale march and march kudala ndimamele abantu bethetha. Aniwumuntu ke uthanda uphawula kwizinto ezitrendayo yabo, but ke namhlanje iyanthinta. Uyabona phela kwento ananoba kuba napha phakathi kum like ndela moya wepolitics, ndinala moya and into engeyiyo ndiyibona nje isepha uba this is not on. Guys, ndithi mandihlomle kulento yale march and march. Hayi ngeke ndiyasupporta guys, mabahambe abantu, and I don't understand bana intoni le bangayiboniyo i-politicians ngalento ubungozi balento yes foreigners igcwele apha eSouth Africa. I don't really understand ba ibonwa nditshona lusana oluncinci. Kwangekho nje guys ngela xesha le-apartheid urhulumente owayephethe ngela xesha I was not there, kodwa izinto sasiyazifunda siyazibona ngoku. Like urhulumente wayephethe ngela xesha wayengavumeli kwi-borders kuvele nje kweqiwe, kuvele nje amapolisa aphaya kwi-borders they are so weak, and i-system esetyenziswa phaya uba bawelele kwelicala i-weak. If you can go to Mozambique, uye intona enye country lapha kufutshane kwezi neighboring states zabo aba basuka pha bazapha kuthi, you will never go there without a passport. Noba sekuthiwa uyanyoba, noba sekuthiwa uthini, ndithi sowungaphakathi bangakubamba bahamba ukuvalela. Ndinixele into yaseMozambique, ndisuke eMozambique. I was there ndiye for ilentuka ndivisitile for i-vacation eMozambique. Phaya wongawoki ndisho i-5 minutes amapolisa wapha ahamba ngeenyawo, wanazo neemoto ahamba ngeenyawo sana. Sasisemaputo wawungeke uye shop ushiye ipassport ungenguwa lapho, awuyi nditsho naseshop ushiye ipassport because baza kubopha and baya kubona if you awubelongi pha. Guys, intoni lenzima kangaka ukuthi bake benze ngolahlobo kulamanye amazwe kusenziwa ngawo wona la mazwe la sikhala ngabo bagcwele apha kuthi. Hayi mina ndiyisupport 100%. Mabahambe bonke futhi ungathiwa onamaphepha mabahlale athi mabamke bonke ukuqinisa isystem baphinde babuye kabutsha bebuya neziskill abazoziprovide apha thina esingenazo as South Africans. And guys, kudala ndiyibukele, kudala ndisitsho, and mna ndiyacela apha kwi-comment section nindixelele i-dates ekuzomatshwa ngazo apha eKapa. Ndiphaya mna ndiyaya. Nixele i-dates guys, mna kukho abantu nami endibathanda endibenefitayo kubo, like abantu abenza inhloko, abantu abenza i-plumbing, abenza ntoni, ndiyabathanda kakhulu aba bantu abaya and bayawenza umsebenzi wabo. But I believe before bona besikade siphila sizophila even bengasekho, before bona besiphila sizophila even after bengasekho, if ever abazulungisa impepha zabo babuye ngendlela e-right apha eSouth Africa. Hayi too much le into. Ndithi esibhedlela sinesabona guys, sinesabona. Ufumanisa abantu bethu ligcuntswana kugcwele bona bathe qhu, and especially apha eCape Town. Apha eCape Town ungathi bayabizana guys because eJoburg ingathi bayagxothwa, abasavunyelwa bahambe baye esibhedleleni zakhona, bayachargewa a lot of money, babhatalisa imali eziya zibhataliswe private okanye bakhutshwe kuthiwe mabaye private. but apha eWestern Cape bayathathwa ezibhedlela. Into elapha sana mna shem ndandibona kusengconywana ke eTigerberg noko ubuye ufumanise uba if ever ngumntu wangaphandle kuthiwe no uzobhatala ucash and it's gonna be a lot of money for i-consultation, uyayibona. So noko bengafani kwesi ndikuso isibhedlela sana sana bayathathwa, and I don't think they do pay ngendlela abagcwele ngayo phaya. Ngendlela abagcwele ngayo thina siyakwazi usebenza abantu ufumanise uba abantu abamnyama not abantu abamnyama, okay, abantu balapha eSouth Africa mhlawumbe u-50% ngabantu bokufika, and then ke u-50 ngwala. Kanjani elizweni lethu bade babe u-50%? Sinesa abantwana babo left right and center babaselisa ne-oil kuthini sinesa abantwana babo. Why bengagoduki guys? Bayabizana balandele abagula abalujwacu beze apha kuthiwa i-service ingcono eSouth Africa. Njani begqiba izinto ze-state sethu? Siyafa thina zitax. Siyafa zitax guys. If you may see i-payslip yam mna ndiyatekswa, imali yam etekswayo inkulu than imali mna endiyibekelwayo for i-pension. Ayiyo even ne-half yemali endiyibekelwayo for i-pension. Uzuqonda uba ugovernment akasibhanqi yeyi. Mna ndibhatala i-RDP house yomntu endingamazi kodwa mna ndibhenefithi kuyo. Mna ndibhatala ipeyi yomntu endingamazi kodwa mna ndibhenefithi kwipeyi. Ndibhatala futhi ile ntuka igranti yomntwana endingamazi but ndibhenefithi kuyo. Igranti ezajika ifunyanwe ngaba bantu bokufika. Ndibhatala imali ebhatala abafazi bezi politicians mntakaba abayi-1000 mna nge-tax yam. If ndinganibonisa i-payslip that andiyiphatha benzonibonisa i-payslip yam ndinibonisa i-tax, ndinibonisa uba yimalini imali endiyibekelwayo mna for i-pension, nibone uba noba ndiyisibhanxeke kangana nezi-taxpayers. Guys, kuyadlalwa ngathi apha eSouth Africa, kuyadlalwa ngathi mabahambe guys aba bantu mabagoduke. And mna andiyikhondoni kwayile nto kuthiwa hayi mabasala abanempepha, mabahambe bonke baphinde babuye kabutsha sekulungiswe i-system. Makasupport ugovernment sonele inoba kaboni na basonele. Sonele ile nto mababhenefitha bodwa kwezi business zabo ezile ngapha kwamazwe, thina sibhenefithi nix. Maba ayikho esiyibhenefithayo thina. Mabemke bagoduka bayemezona. If you may see apha eSouth Africa kunabantu abapha kooChina, abantu bethu abalapha eSouth Africa bako-China, bako-Europe, akekho nomnye wako waphuma engenaphepha lokuyongena kulawa amazwe. Akekho noyi-one, futhi akekho umuntu ofika provide iskill abantu bapha abanaso. Nabako-China basuke beyotisha i-English engafundwa ngapha eChina. Cause itishala zaseChina isilungu asisazi so azisifundi. So that is why bekwazi uba babe ne-access yokuya phaya. Why thina ingakenzi apha eSouth Africa? And we won't mind ukuba nabo apha eSouth Africa but beze ngendlela right bazoyenza i-skills ezingenazo. Yazi ndake ndaphatha kabuhlungu ndibukele enye ipost apha enye intombazana isithi nguchef esithi ubeyo-aplya then wangathi uyabizwa kwi-interview. All of a sudden xa ithi qaqa uyajonga imali azayipeya ayincinci kanje. Ufundile umntana abantu unguchef because why bathatha advantage baqasha abantu bokufika babapeyisa imali ezincinci ogqiba expert abantu bethu mabafunde babe nezikilo ogqiba bapeye imali encinci cause kaloku banaba bantu abathembele ngabo. Uyayibona into enjalo guys? Kubi man, kubi i-economy. Siphila kwixesha elinzima elineeconomy etyekayo. Siphinde futhi ilizwe lethu lisakhwa ngaba bantu bayalisakha bayisakha i-economy yethu. Babaleka ntoni lamazwe wabo? Mabaphinde phaya bayosakha bayigqibezele i-economy yabo, bayolungisa bafana babelungisile. If abafuna ukulungisa baboyisakha bayigqibe i-economy yabo. iSouth Africa zange yabanje guys. Uba ngaba besinojonga if besinokhomperisha from kuminyaka edlulile indlela ebekade kuphilwa ngayo apha ngoku kuwest, into ezawenza ngoba bazahamba baye phaya ezilalini bayolima lamasimithini esingasawalimi. Yiyona nto ezawenza njengoba sebeqale bevula iishophu zethu. Sasineshophu thina ndikhule elalini yam kuneshophu ezaziranwa ngabantu bethu. Mabangathi asikwazi ukusebenza. Bona kaloku andithi benza ezinto zabe zizifake ezigrosa zabe zisigulisa ezizifake ogqiba babiza imali cheap. Ufumanise abantu bethu bahamba bayothenga phaya noba ikhona i-competition, ukhona umuntu omnyama umuntu umXhosa okanye umuntu umZulu oyivulile lo shop, then bekhona bona aba bazikhandelayo ukudla. Kuzawuthengwa kule obvious because abayazi bakwenziwa ngantoni and babona ku-cheap kunokuya. Mabahambe guys, sasinayo i-life before bona. Mabahambe bazobuya ngendlela right, mabahambe. And ndifuna ubonga shem kakhulu kakhulu kwaba bantu abayiphakameleyo le into. Siyabulela kakhulu because besiyibona but besingenazo nee-powers zokuyilwela and besingazi noba singaze siqale ngaphi. Siyanisupporta 100%. Siyanisupporta 100% kuyo yonke into eniyenzayo. I always watch as videos, guys. I wish ndingayazi uba eCape Town kumashwa nini. I will be there. Ndiyaya futhi ngezo 30 zikaJuni ndizobe ndiphangela, kodwa kusala ndizophuma emsebenzini ndihambe ndiyomatsha nami. Ivoice yami izovakala lapha kum, ndiyiphakamisa uba nami ayiye haka agoduke, guys. Magoduke. Why bengafuna ukugoduka? Bathi abayindawo esaluni ebendiye kuyo, guys. Batshilo bathi abayindawo. Sizawenza nje umsindo wexeshana then izophelela lapho. Basixela apha ezinkonqeni. Basixela apha basifihleli bathi sizowenza lo msindo izawuphela, izawuphinda iphele emoyeni. Ndithi ke mna kayizuphela kamnandi, zeniyazi. Ayipheli kamnandi not eyalapha kweli lizwe. Ayipheli kamnandi. Even if uhamba kwi-hotels, uhambiye kwi-hotel uyobhukha, uzofika kugcwele bona kuphangela bona. Abantu bethu nicimba bakwazi ukuklina bahlamba ilineni bathini? Sana kugcwala bona, kuqashwa bona. If uyahamba uye kwezi restaurant ezikwi-farms nentonto, uzofika kugcwele bona, guys. Abantu bethu bayakwazi usebenzisa ezirestyu, bafundile, bayenzile i-hospitality. Why bengaqashwa? Mabagoduke, guys. Mabahambe. Hey, mabahambe. I cannot wait. Mabahambe. You're overcrowded. We don't want this. Government abayiva kaloku bona loo nto Ramaphosa nobani because bahlala phaa kwisabhabhu thina siphila nabo apha ekasi. Mabafokofe. Sibafuna. Bafokofe.
Somebody asked me about my opinion with regards to March and March. I'm not going to get too much into the political side of it, but there's another angle that I think we're not looking at as we're going back and forth and accusing each other, people who are protesting, the politicians, how they're reacting. My understanding, just how I view it. South Africa is viewed, or we look at South Africa through economic hubs, the biggest one being Gauteng, and the others being the capital cities of each and every province. They attract different nationalities, different cultural groups, racial groups, religious groups, whatsoever, because it's about the cream, cash rules everything around me. It's about the money. But outside of those structures, South Africa is a predominantly rural country, very conservative country as that. And part of the reason why it's still very much conservative is that a lot of cultural groups lay claims to certain parts of the country as a majority. So essentially the former homelands. So as a South African, I can move from Limpopo province, go and work in the Eastern Cape. But you're not going to find a large group. So let's say I'm Pedi. So you're not going to find a large group of Pedi people living in the Eastern Cape. You're not going to find a large group of Zulu people being a whole community in Limpopo. You're not going to find a large group of Setswana people being a large community in the Western Cape. So essentially, people will remain where they are. And the preservation of culture, language, norms, standards, cultural values, and so forth are still the foundation. And hence why you lay claim. And hence why they are still living where they are living. Now, when somebody comes and it's almost as if they are teethering or they are now introducing a new cultural identity or a new language or or whatnot, the people from that area naturally are going to push back. So if me and a couple of Pedi people or a group, hundreds of thousands of Pedi people decide that we're going to go to KZN, and when we get there, it's almost as seem like we have some sort of, we try to change the area. The people from that area are essentially going to push back and say, but this is how we do things. We don't necessarily move in this manner. And they may even take it to the authorities and say, hey, these people from Limpopo are here, they're trying to implement things. We cannot have this. When people feel like change is coming and they feel like their identity is now being attacked, they're going to push back. I can give you an example. In the late 90s, early 2000s, when Black people started to attend multiracial, multicultural, former Model C public schools, let me call them that, a large number of white people, Indians and coloreds removed their kids from that because they probably felt that we are impeding on what they considered to be their schooling system. We had Department of Education recommended that Swahili, Shona, Mandarin, Chinese be now be languages that are taught in schools. And South Africans had a bit of a pushback to say that is not our identity. And now, obviously, most recently, you had the Bella Act, in which the Afrikaans community marched and said, but wait a minute, we cannot. We sort of feel like our language is being attacked here. So we're going to take the government to court because we cannot have a water school that where basically it is not Afrikaans and we have to accommodate others. And we all know how that worked out. So from a local perspective, we already as South Africans are not necessarily encroaching on one another. I'm just putting it in the most respectable manner. What then happens is that this unwritten or this unspoken respect that we have or tolerance that we have, it was expected that it would be the same at national level. And then suddenly at national level, there's like two different approaches. So the people that must respect the laws are South Africans, are the neutralized citizens, those who are married, working, and have been in South Africa forever. We've got friends and family of those, and we've got asylum seekers that have used the system correctly. Then there's another group, another set of people that it seems that if they don't respect this. You know, Wushu and Duane, you come into the country, you kill your wife, you run back. People that are wanted by the international criminal communities and so forth, that are now hiding in the Western Cape. So it sort of feels as if with March and March, they're saying that within ourselves, we have a level of understanding and respect. But it seems as though there's two different sets of rules. And one thing that happens is that, as I said, if you're going to encroach on somebody else's space, even I as a South African, if I try and go to the Eastern Cape and, hey, this is how we do things, they're going to tell me where to get off. That is how I'm looking at March and March. And I'm saying that before we start telling people that, no, leaders back then during apartheid were accommodated by the African continent. No, everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. So don't talk down to people as if they don't know. What they are advocating, or what people, I think what they're saying is that we have elected officials to push forward an agenda that will take care of our interests, as not just from a South African perspective, but even from a provincial perspective where we live. And we feel as though we are being short-ended, like we're not being shortchanged. And it doesn't make sense, because now we have to live by the rules, but everybody else does not have to do that. That's just my understanding of what March and March is. And I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but I think the blueprint to, when talking about people from other countries, not just from Africa, but Europe, North America, South America, and so forth, is that the game plan, the structure, is already within our country. And there was a level of expectancy that it will carry on at national level, where now it seems like it's being taken.
Hello Mzansi, welcome to Mgosa Mzansi. Malawi lanza abantu bayo labagqwele South Africa ngalokungeke emthethweni njengoba sibabona naku bafulile gitshelwa amabhasi. They are going back to their country, guys. Baningi labantu eSouth Africa. Nijalo every time ubabona balanzwa bahamba uyabona nje ukuthi baningi nakubabambethe ijumba tabo umthwalo yabo. They are going back to their country. Let's hope sitobona neNigeria lanzwa abantu ba eSouth Africa nabo Mozambique nabo Zimbabwe, because people are saying ukuthi sikhathele abahambe nabo bayolungisa amavabo and stop hiding in South Africa and be cowards. Do comment your thoughts down on the comment section. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. I will see you on the next one. I'm signing out. Goodbye.